Well, there we go. All right, so day after the ACT, everybody's back. We're trying to get back into the scheme of things. This is primarily going to be a review week with some old stuff that you're used to, but it's also going to include a quiz. We're going to start something new later on. It's not new, just going to introduce you to somebody you've heard before, maybe in history, a little guy called Patrick Henry. So unfortunately, he didn't have to speak or do his speech with mask on and covering our noses. So thank you. What I want to show you on the home page is courtesy of the Social Studies Department. And you guys have seen it already. Don't forget there's a registration coming up for our juniors. I was hoping that the juniors will get to go first because you are rising seniors, but I don't necessarily know if that's the case. So hopefully we'll be doing the registration process pretty soon, and you'll get your classes for next year. All right, so every Friday from here on out, they're going to do some sort of Spirit Friday. The next 2 Fridays are Patriotic Spirit Fridays, and you can read that. I'm wondering if it's, okay, School Spirit every week. All right, Friday, Red, White, and Blue is going to be represented. Please, no political clothing allowed, and I'm assuming that means don't support candidates and things like that, or wear elephants and donkeys and things like that. No political attire, just red, white, and blue, patriotic, and go from there. So I put that up there just because they asked us to. Keep in mind there's also a $10,000 scholarship opportunity for you guys, and please take advantage of that. I'll be more than happy to read over your miniature essay because it's only 450 words, and give you some advice. The deadline is April 5th. So 11:59 p.m. April 5th. I told you I was going to put that up there. So I'm going to leave it up until April, but try to take advantage of that. You never know what could happen, especially if you make a great essay. All right. So if you notice on the agenda, that was not supposed to happen. That's kind of stuff that was happening earlier today. All right. So a couple of things. I am going to probably end up taking away the NCFE practice. It was just kind of a way that you guys get to see a couple of things anyway, but it was also supposed to help you with your grades, if you did it or didn't, but I'm just going to take it away. And so you won't have those. You might see one pop up every once in a while. That's usually a warm-up. Today is going to be a persuasive review, ethos, logos, and pathos. The Patrick Henry, I'm going to switch to tomorrow. And then probably there is a quiz on Patrick Henry, and I'll probably switch that till Monday. So I just want you to keep that in mind. This takes a little bit to go through ethos, logos, and pathos and the persuasive review. There's two things that you're actually going to be doing, but you're not going to submit them. All right, but you're going to have to share it with me because at any time I could pull it up and say, okay, turn it in either on Canvas or I'm just checking to make sure that you are doing your work. All right, so which brings me to grades, and this is important. A couple of people have emailed me already about why did my grade change. I had one person had 100 average in R4, which is great, but it dropped them down to even less, a failing grade for their F1. So there's a difference. I went ahead and put zeros in. If you did not complete the vocabulary and DGP and a couple of things that I switched it to R5 instead of R4. If you did not complete that, then it's going to show that your F1 is down. So turn your vocabulary in, turn your work in. I'm going to try each week, I'm not going to put blanks anymore. I'm going to have to go ahead and tell you you're not completing your work. And the only way to really do that is to, if I can't physically tell you, if I can't email you and you're not reading your email, I can put it in PowerSchool as a 0, and that's what I'm going to do. Because I need people to start completing work. We do things every day in this class. And if you get so far behind, then it's going to be too overwhelming. And I can't imagine what the 3 other classes are doing. So, I try not to give you any more than you can handle. I think we'll just go from there. So anyway, make sure you are turning in your work. And we're going to go ahead and start for today. So if you're following along, you know what, I just lost my Zoom. If you are following along, admit, I didn't hear the bell, that's why I didn't. There we go. Okay, so I don't know who else is still joining. All right, so if you're following along on Zoom, we're going to go into the persuasive review, and I'm going to pull that up in just a second. All right, and then while I'm